a podcast that talks about music, movies, sports, and news.
To know the people, promoting and sharing with the world a beautiful story.
This is Frail Fragment's Monster Closet. Hey, this is the Monster Closet, episode 167, Monday, September 15th, 2025. I'm here with a special guest, a friend, a very talented musician. We've played a lot of shows with this band over the years. They've been around pretty much along the same timeline as us, Frail Fragment anyway. We're talking about the Android Meme and none other than Jake Hamilton, the drummer of the Android Meme, who's an incredible drummer. Thank you for giving us your time today, and I appreciate you, man. How have you been?
Hey, thanks for having me, man. No, it's been good, been awesome. Pretty good summer, you know, minus the crazy heat spells, but it was a good summer. We had a pretty successful gig back in August there at the TD Music Hall on August 16th. With Astaroth and Phantom High and Primitive Evolution. That was really our only big ticket show for the summer, and we're kind of glad we did it like that because it was so successful. So we're just still kind of reeling from that experience because it was so fun. And then we're just kind of looking forward to what the fall brings, and obviously the gig with you guys. Yeah, boy.
I got to play with all of the bands on the bill except for Astaroth. But yeah. So how does it come about? How does Massey Hall happen, or a TD Hall? How does that come to you guys? That's crazy, and congratulations, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much, man. It is really interesting, and it caught me off guard. I remember when they let me know that we'd be doing it. We got the notice that we would be doing it actually about almost 3 months before the show. So we had a lot of time to prep and promote. And Sam was especially really keen on making really good content for online. He was constantly doing these commercials and videos for it and stuff on podcasts and on social media, so that definitely helped tremendously with promo. It was kind of a birthday bash, so it was Sam Astaroth's 40th birthday.
Okay.
And he was like, I just want to do a legendary show with legendary Toronto bands in like a legendary music venue. So every concept to do with the show was he's like, we got to aim for legendary with every single component. So that's pretty much how it came about. And
nice.
we got notified about all the particulars, and I'll tell you, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool to pull up to that venue and get to park in the loading dock and everything, and I mean that stuff, you know, when you're going to a big show at Massey Hall, you know, you drive by and you see the tour buses parked in there and unloading everything. So it was a really cool experience, man. It was definitely really exciting.
Well, it's much deserved, man. You guys have been in the game for a long time.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah. That's cool to hear, man, and congratulations again. Yeah, so we got a show coming up for Halloween. We're playing the Drake Hotel Saturday, October 25th, 2025, in the Underground, alive, with the Android Meme, Frail Fragment, and Blood Opera, which are cool band to check out on Halloween. They put on a cool theatrical show. I don't want to give away the surprise, but they're a cool band. It's gonna be a good night. Lots of fun music. It's $20. You can buy tickets in advance right now, or it's $20 at the door. Please support indie music. Because this is a good show. Come out for Halloween, dress up. Doors open at 7 p.m. The Android Meme are on at 8, Frail Fragment 9, and Blood Opera closing the show at 10 o'clock. Yeah, so FrailFragment.com for tickets. Check us out Saturday, October 25th. We're here with Jake Hamilton, the drummer of the Android Meme. He's just talking about experiencing playing Massey Hall, and that's wild, dude. Because, you know, we played with the Android Meme not too long ago at the Atria in Oshawa, right? And they're both cool. It's both cool experiences. In Frail Fragment, we showed up as a 3-piece on last Saturday, and we went to, in Hamilton, we rocked out at the Doors, and it's kind of like this, it's a house that you play in. And
Yeah.
you're playing in the dining room of the house, you know, and it's just like the vibe there is really cool, and people loved us, and it was just, I don't know, what is success? You know what I mean? It would be great to, you know, get to experience to play Massey Hall, but I mean, I'm happy, right? I
Yeah.
feel like I'm fortunate to be doing what I'm doing, and I feel like I'm fortunate to, you know, share the stage with you guys again. Bands like the Blood Opera and bands that I feel that have some sort of mark in music. And that's why I do what I do, right? Like when I do play shows, I kind of, you know, I ask friends or bands that correlate with Frail Fragment that, you know, when people walk into the venue, they'll be kind of happily surprised, you know. So
Yeah.
I mean, we've done it a bunch of times, you know, Horseshoes and the Dakota, and fucking, we've done it for the last 5 years. We've started up again doing shows together every year, so
Yeah.
it's cool that we're still doing this. And the Drake Hotel's a nice venue, and I feel like we're gonna sell this shit out, right?
Yeah, for sure. Drake venue Hotel is a great venue. I haven't played there in a long time. Last time I played there was in 2012 with my old band Between Transit, and it was a great experience too. It's nice because it's a big enough room, but it's also pretty intimate as a venue,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a really good opportunity for anybody who enjoys photography and stuff too, because the backdrops are very classic, like kind of jazz style backdrop, and
Yeah, man.
it's going to look really good for artist photos and stuff like that. So bring your camera. Love that place for photos of live music and video. Yeah, that's going to be a fun show. Always a pleasure to play with you guys. Obviously, you guys are kind of partners of ours in the scene, and we kind of go with each other a lot of places, you know, which is awesome. Like you mentioned, Oshawa. It's nice. That's the thing I like about the Toronto music scene, is that a lot of the bands are friends, you know, and
Yeah.
we work together all the time. And I love that. I love that camaraderie, getting to know everybody. And yeah, it's been super cool.
The bands that are still kind of treading water, and they're looking at the faces in the water, and those are the people that are sticking together, right? I mean, at the end of the day, over the years, I mean, yeah, it's like we're connected through Matthias, your guitarist.
Oh yeah, Matthias, yeah.
Yeah, Matthias, yeah, sorry. Like through Ian, right? So they
Yeah.
they kind of grew up together, and yeah, like music was born in Matthias.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you know,
for
it's
sure.
crazy, and then we, you know, now we're doing shows together, so cool. And you guys are really cool guys, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, 100%. It's you know, it's funny because even when I joined the band initially years ago, I'm talking years ago now, like 2009, I want to say. And obviously, the Android meme has had in between now and then, we had a big hiatus for many years, as friends of ours know. But before that, I remember when I joined the band, yeah, like Matthias and Stefano, you know, they had been writing music together for a long time at that point, actually a couple of years already. And there is always, the thing I like about working with our band, you know, and our friends' bands, is that we all share like a pretty similar vision and sense of direction. And, you know, it's really cool to, in 2025, still be really tight with everybody who's been a part of that story. Know, that's, you know, if you ask me, like, you know, you talk about earlier success and what exactly is success. I think that's a significant portion of success, is, you know, looking back and realizing, you know, that everybody who's been in it with you is, you know, the people who are still in it with you, like that makes it worth it for me. We're blessed with so many great friends and supporters and all that, so definitely really grateful. Does it pay my rent? Not necessarily, but
Yeah, I was talking to my drummer about that on the way home from Hamilton. I'm just driving, and I said, you know, music's like, for me, it's something that I hold sacred, just to play shows or even jam and rehearse, and to get to do that process with other band members, and to like release energy and, like, you know, maybe influence somebody in the audience, or, you know, and that, it's cause and effect for sure. And I mean, it feels really good to do that, right?
Totally.
But it's something that I'm willing to pay into.
Yeah.
It's not something that I don't, like, I'm getting so much for, like, that way, that I'm willing to almost, you know, have a job and to, you know, have money to put into music. Some money to put whatever I can to put into music, you know, get the pedal board or get this effect or that effect, or spend money on recording and photos or whatever it is you're trying to present to the world. And so, yeah, I'm all about being creative and, you know, paying into being creative. It's not about the money. The money would be cool. It'd be a bonus, but you need to be okay now. Because if you have money, that could propel you into a lot of bullshit, right? Like if you're not happy in the shoes you're walking right now, not, you know. So.
You bring up a really good point there, actually, because for many, many years, every member of our band, we always looked at work as a means to build the band, you know? And so none of us really cared too much about our vocation. We were just like, as long as money's coming in, I don't care what we're doing, as long as, you know, it helps support the band. And we've carried that vision for a long time. It's only now, later in life, you know, in our late 30s, early 40s, all of us, that we've started to realize, you know, that, okay, we do have some things that we would prefer to do as a job and things that we don't like to do, but that's just because that's not necessarily because our attitude towards music has changed at all. That's more so because we've kind of observed, like, the changing state of the world and, like, what makes you happy and stuff. So we've kind of all figured out by this point, I think, what we're comfortable with in terms of, like, you know, working hard to support the band. And we all kind of, everybody in the Android Meme really does have a role in terms of managing our band and promoting our band. So, like, for example, just to use an example, I just because I think this kind of stuff is really useful for young people to learn. Like, if you can have everybody in your band kind of be responsible for a particular part of your brand, that can be very, very, very helpful. You know, keeping that open line of communication and what everyone's doing. Like with the Android Meme, for example, Stefano is really big into promotion. That's kind of his baby. He loves figuring out the social media algorithms and creating content specifically to promote and ads and things like that. That's something that he's especially gifted at. And his wife Karina does most of our like business outreach and stuff like that. And she does a lot of our, when it gets to the specific, like, money marketing, she handles a lot of that. So we have people who, you know, aren't necessarily players in the band, but part of our family that do work for us. You know, and for example, Matthias is also really big into promo. Myself, I'm really big into, I'm more of like how would I say, I'm like an ideas guy, so I'm constantly, I'm one of the principal songwriters for the band, so a lot of my time is just spent coming up with riffs, ideas, and then just sharing them, sending them out, be like, hey, build on this, do this. I also do a significant amount of, like, artwork direction, and so does Victoria. Victoria does a lot of our clothing designs and all that, and so yeah, we have like a complex family that, you know, we all have different responsibilities.
That's great, man. If you can have your, like, a team of 4 members all contributing and moving forward into what you're trying to do, essentially, it makes things so much easier.
Yeah.
You have, 4 eggs in that basket instead of 1, you know, like.
Oh,
yeah,
100%,
I mean,
100%.
For us, it's, it's a little bit of a different story. I guess we're just, I don't know if we're doing it more, like, for fun. I don't know how to say it, but I mean, like, my wife would be an extension where she's taking care of my kids, so I can go to that show or I can go to jam or whatever. So I mean, yeah, she's helping out that way, and like, there's different things, right? But I mean, in our heyday, we were doing like a couple of shows a week for like 2 or 3 years, 4 years, and my wife was there for most of those gigs, right? So I mean, it's just changed now. So I mean, we're doing like 6 to 12 shows or 16 shows a year, and I want to scale that down to promote maybe 4 shows a year and then pick up shows just to create a balance for me.
Yeah, that's pretty much our attitude. Yeah. We have a very similar outlook actually to that. So that's probably why our bands really get along well together. Like I said, is because we kind of share a similar outlook on the industry. I feel like, and and you know what, you're right. Like I don't have kids. I can't really relate to that, but I would love to have kids. It's on the agenda, but I will say that my partner, if I didn't have her keeping track of my schedule and everything, I would probably spiral and forget everything. Like, I basically, as soon as I get told, like, oh, we have a gig this day, or you got an interview this day, or we have to do this film shoot this day, or whatever, I immediately tell Penny, and Penny puts it into a calendar for me. And she'll be the one messaging me days before, be like, don't forget, you've got that thing coming up this day. And I'm like, oh, true, yeah, that's right. I would be totally lost without that support, so.
Yeah.
Totally relate.
Yeah, and then it's just like, it's different kinds of support, essentially. Like, my drummer is more connected with, like, if we need a music video or we need a photographer, it's just they can help out where they can help out, and he has like access to a factory where we jam for free and the whole thing. So it's just everybody has their part, and everybody has their piece to bring. But I mean, you guys sound like you're like a fast moving Lamborghini, right? That's nice and shiny, ready to go, because you guys are all about, you guys put on a show, right? You guys are putting on a show. And
we try to.
Yeah. So that's cool. You guys, I've seen, like, I told Steph this, right? Like, I think we played our first show, kind of like our first big show, starting up together at, I don't know, what's it called? Hard Luck? Yeah, Hard Luck. So I think we did Hard Luck in like 2020 or something, when we were like kind of starting up again, like for real. That was kind of like our big show.
That was COVID, right? Just past COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw you then, right? And then I saw you up until like, the Atria or the Horseshoe or Dakota, and it's like, it's a different beast right now. Like Victoria, she's much more comfortable around the song, and you guys are just more tighter, and you guys are more comfortable as that performer in that song. And you're like hats off, a fucking professional. You are at that level in your drumming, right? So that has to be said about your drumming. You're a kick-ass drummer.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. And I know you're a badass. You're a badass, man. Because I've played thousands of I've played with thousands of bands, and you're a great drummer. So good job. And you carry, you're in a lot of the ways, you're a backbone to that shit, right? So you're the rhythm, and you're a strong piece of the Android meme, most definitely, right?
Oh man, I appreciate that a lot. I'm a big fan of your guys playing too. Like I really like your drummer as well. He's super tight, and I really enjoy watching you guys play, because you guys play with a lot of heart, and it really comes through in your songwriting and in your performing. You're one of those bands where like the music is like got this nice raw power to it, and it's very the way that you guys perform, how would I say it? It's very easily believable. You know what I mean? Like you really see the passion there, and you also see the fun that you guys are having, and that those two things dial the experience way up, like way up.
Wow, man. Thank you, bro. That's a great review, man. That's so insightful. You strung a chord with me for sure. I appreciate you, Jake. You're like, you guys, like the Android meme are, I consider family, musical family for sure. You know, let's leave it there. I can't wait to see you next month for our Halloween show, Saturday, October 25th, 2025 at the Drake Underground, alive with the Android Meme, Frail Fragment, and Blood Opera. Get your tickets, frailfragment.com for your tickets, $20 in advance. Support indie music. Thank you so much, Jake Hamilton from the Android Meme. We're going to put all your socials up. Thank you for your time, Jake Hamilton. This is The Monster Closet, episode 167, Monday, September 15th, 2025. Thanks again. Way out of here. Peace.
Thank you.